What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and so in this video I'll be introducing to myself. Yeah, so this entire video is gonna be, I don't know, close to like maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes long, mainly because I'll introduce myself to you guys, right? Just in case you don't know who I am. There's several reasons why I have to make an intro video. First of all, I've been losing so many subscribers lately, and it's been kind of annoying me. Because the reason why people unsubscribe your channel is, well, of course, mainly because they don't like your video, and also they don't know who you are. If you tell the people on YouTube who you are, or something like, or give them like more information about you, they will more likely would stay on YouTube with you, stay subscribed channel. In my intro channel, supposed to be made long time ago, right when I started YouTube. But I started YouTube like in 2014 or something like that. Like August of 2014, so it's February of 2018, so it's way too late. I did not think of it, and so I have to make it, man. And this is probably going to be my main video on my YouTube channel, the intro video. You always need to introduce yourself, that way people get to know more about you and who you are and how you are. Yeah, it's just good to know other people. So if you like this video, or if you make a comment, you can comment like who you are, just the same way as I am when I talk in this video. Okay, I'll tell you who I am, and I'll explain like a brief summary of my childhood, so, and exactly what my hobby is, and I'll tell you like other things that I am interested in. Okay, YouTubers, my name is Vince Stone. Yep, my name is Vince Stone, and I'm currently 19 years old, and I've been on YouTube for 3.5 years, approximately. And I've been uploading almost daily view, because of my upload total over of 700 videos on YouTube. And let's just start from the childhood. So when I was a child, you know, I had a rough time, because I was getting into yeah, let me start from this toddler age. So when I was a toddler, I didn't like going to schools because it just wastes my time, and I don't remember exactly the reason. So that's in my toddler year. Nothing much to explain, because I can't remember when I was young. But in my let's see, when I was around first or second grade, I think I went to Glencoe when I was in kindergartner. That's in my childhood. Yeah, and I don't remember what happened that. Then I went to Mission Valley, starting from second grade to all the way up to sixth grade. Yeah, I did went to Mission Valley, and I do make friends there, right? Yeah, so during time when I was 7 to 10, I get into a lot of trouble, man, at school. Yeah, I had a really rough time in school, because mainly because I attack other students, or I was being annoying. Yeah, so I was being a little rough when I was a kid. But I don't remember exactly the reason why I do this, but then I usually get suspended every other year. But I think in my 4th or 5th grade year, I started getting in trouble more often, which is not good, man. And also, I've been repeating a lot of random word starting when I was 9 or 10, and which does not sound good. So the year that I caused the trouble the most in my elementary year is in 5th grade. Yeah, so that's when I was 10. So when I was 10, man, I get suspended like every single month, and then I have to quit school for like a few months. Well, mainly because of my behavior, right? So I have to go to see this therapist or this doctor, like Dr. Steinberg, to see like what's wrong with my behavior and all that stuff. But it kind of did help me to improve my behavior a little bit, but then in sixth grade it got a little bit better. Yeah, so yeah, that was a rough childhood, huh? Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but anyway, let's move on to middle school. In middle school, I still get in trouble as usual, but it was much less than I did when I was 10 years old. And so when I was in middle school, I I still get in trouble like pretty often. But I think like starting like in eighth grade or further on, like I start running around crazy and acting all up. Yeah, I used to act up a lot because some students were annoying me, and sometimes I get bored and stuff. But it's not good, man. And after when I graduated Horner Junior High, then I come to Irvington High School. That's where this like craziest moment of my life starts to begin. So starting from I attend from Irvington from 2012 to 2016, and forgot to mention in my early childhood year. So I went to Glencoe from 2003 possibly to 2004, and went to Mission Valley in 2005 to 2010, and went to Horner in 2010 to 2012. Yeah, so starting in 2012 to 2016, I went to a very good school called Irvington High School. I mean, I thought it's bad because mainly because of like students and stuff that I don't feel comfortable being with. But in 2012, I mean, in my freshman year, throughout my senior year, I have to do three big projects, man, back in Irvington High School. So, yeah, Irvington is a pretty challenging school, but if whoever graduates from there must be a really good student and must have like good degrees and diploma. Let me explain a little bit about Irvington High School, the old school that I went to like 2 years ago. So in your freshman year, you had to change project, which kind of sucks. Because most freshmen will probably complain that change project will be too hard for them. But however, man, if you don't do change project or whip or quest in Irvington, you're not gonna pass. You're not gonna graduate, man. That's for guarantee. Yeah, whip you do in your sophomore year. And then in your junior year, you basically do nothing but probably sign up for a college application or university or something like that. I don't know what to do in that junior year, but because I'm an SDC student, there's no worries for me. But in my senior year, I have the quest, which is a really tough project. But when it gets to presentation, maybe the teacher are like grading easier stuff. Yeah. I think that is my toughest year that I will be explaining later in my video. It's my senior year. That year was really, really rough for me. So let me explain a little bit my freshman year. Yeah, I couldn't explain too much of my other year in my childhood because I couldn't remember much. It was too long ago. So in my freshman year, let me give a brief summary of my freshman year. I had to change project, right? And my change project topic was on plastic bags, right? Because people throw out so much plastic bag out in the street or in the water, which is not good. This is what I learned from change project, but so technically in my freshman year change project, I have to work in a group, right? And then I have to like walk around the neighbor and and pass out the signs I do not, like, to warn others, like how much plastic are being thrown out there or something, like a fly or something like that. But try to remember, man. Yeah, my freshman year, I did get I mean, in the high school, in the overall high school year, I got suspended a total of 4 times, man. Well, that does not look good on my record. Yeah, so I did get suspended in my freshman year, one time for touching another student inappropriately. I think I done this 3 times my freshman year. Well, the first time I done it is that I got detention. I have to stay after school, and then the second time I was stalking a student named I don't want to give his name because that will be embarrassing, which is not good. And third thing is that I touched student appropriately, or just by kicking him or something like that, and he got hurt pretty bad and got suspended. Well, mainly because he pissed me off because I was making noise in class and he told me to be quiet or something like that, and I kicked him. It's not good. Yeah, so freshman year was not a nice year. I mean, starting in my beginning of my sophomore year, I kind of did the same thing. Well, except I actually attacked a girl instead of a male student. I attacked a girl and like kind of twist her arm in my sophomore year, and she got hurt as I thought because she was annoying me, but it's the other girl who ran away from me got me pissed off because she was saying something that really pissed me off, and I got suspended for 3 days again. But after that, my behavior started getting a little bit better once 2013 ended. In 2013 was a little rough for me. Okay, so then move on to my junior year. This is the only year that I did not get suspended at all, and I have a pretty high GPA, like a 3.3 or 3.2. Can't remember exactly, but oh yeah, forgot to mention, going back to sophomore year. However, my sophomore year, I do have to pass the KC exam, but I fail. I failed several times on my KC exam, even in my junior year. But then, according to my the IEP plan for an individual of like disability student like me, look like I don't have to pass KC and I'm still graduating high school. Look like I don't have to pass the exam, mainly because of my disability. There was one time I took this KC test. It's called an exam. The exam in Irving High School called KC, right? Yeah, and then I scored so high that I almost passed the test, but still didn't quite make it. Yeah, junior year, I kind of get a little better. I mean, in my junior year, let's see, what kind of class I took. Yeah, I took like a lot more elective class because I took more of the required class back in second grade and I mean back in my sophomore year and freshman year. Because in freshman year and sophomore year, I took like PE class and science class and all that stuff. I mean, I do enjoy PE the most because I get to run a lot, which is my part of my hobby, run a lot and plays like sport and getting physical activity. Yeah, I forgot to mention about Irvington, man. You have to run the boom. You cannot run a mile and claim that you finished PE. No, you have to run boom. Yeah, running boom does suck for other students, but for me, I'm too fast and I like running. So let me try to remember my freshman boom. Yeah, I do have a freshman boom in my closet that I earned a shirt. So for my freshman boom for my freshman year, I think it got like around 7 was my best time. 7 something. Maybe like 7:20, 7:30. I don't think I ever got 6, but that would probably be too fast. In my sophomore year, I usually get around like 9 or maybe like 8:50 or something. Yeah, so sophomore year, I wasn't any faster compared to my freshman year in my boom time. Yeah, I was pretty like obsessed with my boom time when I was young, but Now I don't remember any of this anymore. Because it's happened too long ago. Yeah, so back to my junior year. So junior year I do like cooking and all that stuff, and it was pretty much a fun class. Teach me like how to cook when my parents are not around, and I was a TA once back in high school. I was like a teacher assistant or something. But then I can't remember like what I do. Like usually I just follow the teacher's instruction. I can't remember. Oh yeah, and since I'm in the STC class, I actually started my quest in my junior year, just ahead of time, so I can like relax in my senior year. Yeah, so instead of doing quest for 1 year, I did in 2 years, so which makes it a whole lot easier because when you do your assignment in double amount of time, you get to relax, and you can get things done much easier because of more time, right? And you feel less panic because you don't have to rush your work all the time. So for example, let's say that project requires you to get your paper done in every 2 weeks, but then you have a whole month, so breeze out. Okay, so let me get into my senior year. Senior year was the toughest year of my life. Even even though I do have to do quests and all that stuff, but I got suspended twice in my senior year. Why is that? Oh, I don't even know. That's the question I've been asking myself. I think maybe I can say partly the answer of it, but yeah, I get called in by the principal assistant like twice or even like 3 or 4 times that year. Mainly because I keep touching student and harassing them. Yeah, because of my senior year, is my last year of high school, so I start doing a lot of things crazy, right? You know how the seniors are. When people become senior in high school, they tend to do a lot of crazy stuff, but I do lots of weird stuff that I don't want to explain on YouTube because it's kind of embarrassing. So I'm not going to explain everything about my senior year. Yeah, in my senior year, I remember I mean, that I used to be very obsessed with Shrek. It's because I watched Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. Yeah, I used to talk about Shrek a lot, but then this boy didn't like it, and I started attacking him outside of class, and that's how I got in trouble. And he told principal on me, and then like a few months later, back in my senior year, I started making loud noises because some students were making me mad, or some student ran away from me, and one this girl in my I don't know, I don't know, like how I get suspended second time in my senior. That's what I'm explaining right now. So right before I started class, and I did get suspended, right? Yeah, well, mainly because I touched her very inappropriately. She told me to quiet, and I got mad. I touched her and got 3 day suspension. Boy, oh boy, I did cause a lot of trouble when I was pretty young, huh? But now, because I'm an adult and I'm much older, I know how to avoid these kind of stupid mistake. What I'm saying, man. I think ever since I go to college, no more high school students are bugging me, and I just mind my own business and do my work. Yeah, in college, I feel a lot more comfortable from being in college is because most of these college students, they just mind their own business and they don't bother me, and I don't bother them. I just do my thing in college. So I'm currently a sophomore in college, but in my freshman year, yeah, I do take some English class and some business class too. Yeah, the reason why I want to go to college is because I want to gain more knowledge and and want to gain more prestige to my record, and also I'm interested in accounting. Yeah, so this is my major. My major is accounting, right? so questionable. Why do I like accounting so much? Like, you don't have to ask me once I explain. The reason why I like accounting so much is because I love numbers and dealing with money, right? I mean, if I'm good with dealing with money, I can save money. I can save like a lot of money for my future, and when I do accounting, will make a lot of money. Probably like maybe I estimate about making like $60,000 a year or something like that. But I'm very good with numbers ever since I was little. Because when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I already know how to add or subtract before any regular student does. Maybe they learn add subtract when they're like 4 or 5, but I learned like a whole year earlier. So yeah, I calculate pretty fast too, but when it comes to big number or long number, then I just use calculator to punch in the number, and yeah, I do love calculating. This is what I'm interested in. That's why accounting becomes my interest. So I plan to earn an AA degree in major accounting or something. So anyway, I plan to study in college for 4 years, right? So that means I have like maybe 4 or 3 more semester throughout. Like, I think currently this is my 4th semester in college, right? So I will have to spend 3 or 4 more semester in college to get a real associate degree. Yep. And so you want to know like how am I doing this year in college, right? The 2017 year to 2018 year in college. Yeah, this year was pretty rough, a lot rougher than last year. Because I'm due to more work, and yeah, there's this one semester where I have to drop out class. I mean, I usually don't drop out class, or I usually don't flunk a class, is because I study all day just to earn a good grade, right? I mean, I have to drop a class because I picked the most difficult professor in college, right? In my sophomore year, which is in 3rd semester, right? Yeah, that year was so rough that I have to drop a class just to spend more time to be successful in this class, and I'm still failing this class, so I still have to fail. So I still have to like drop the class. Notice that in college you can only drop the class like 3 times for each courses. I mean 2 times for each course. So let's say that I drop like this English class like, in college. So right now this semester I'm retaking that same English class but with a different professor. Yes, I mean most professors in a lonely college, in my opinion, are like they're very nice, they're very caring, and they're willing to help you to succeed in their course. But some professor could be very picky and they don't want you to pass their course. So it is what it is, man. So last semester, yeah, I did drop a class, and then I have to take a late start because I don't want to fall behind in my graduation schedule in college. So I took business law and don't remember, and also I took fitness class just to relieve my stress because last semester was pretty stressful too. And so after the 3rd semester and then into my 4th semester, I'm currently taking sociology class and English class, and also I'm currently taking swimming, which is on my video, right? I did post myself swimming, but it's all good. So anyway, enough with the schools in my early childhood. But now I'll tell you what my main hobby is. So my main hobby is is that I like to play video games, and recently I like to play Poke Hunting, and I like to hang out with my friends sometimes. Like that's why I go to visit Irvington High School before, and also I like to travel and eat dessert, like ice cream. Okay, so yeah, so my favorite game so far that I ever played is Pokemon Go, right? Where you get to go out and exercise and go catch Pokemon and battle like legendaries at gym. That's my favorite game so far. But before Pokemon Go came out, my favorite game that I used to like is like Mario or Balloon TD5, where I put the monkey down and destroy the balloon in Balloon TD5. Oh yeah, and also I like to make YouTube video and like to record stuff, so I can remember what I did in the past, right? Yeah. Yeah, and also I like to do biking and all that stuff. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, just a few months ago that I learned how to start driving and all that stuff, but it was kind of iffy because I didn't know what to do with driving. But now I started getting more comfortable. But in driving, I'm pretty inconsistent in driving because sometimes I make driving error that I have to know my error and that I have to avoid it next time. Yes, so I've been driving for 7 months, but it's still iffy. But now I'm getting better in parking and better in backing out and yielding and turnings. Yeah, I mean turn signals and stuff. So that's part of my intro. I forgot that I actually drive now, but I haven't got my driver license yet because I'm taking the test I'm taking the test in March or something like that. Yo, let's talk about biking. So when I get interested in biking, I think starting in 2016, right? I mean, after I did like a tons of running back in 2015, 2016 is because my leg is starting to get worn out in 2016. That's when I start biking, so I can travel much faster and go much further. Whew, that's a lot of explanation here, huh? Oh yeah, so the reason why I hang off my friend is because I do have some best friend back in Irvington High School. So I'll tell you who's my best friend. So my best friend, his name is Sahil Norzi. Yep, I'm listing out you, my best friend, and the friend that I like the most, his name is Jason Benuelos, and I like Tyler Casano, and Jesse Perez, and other friends. That's just a list of example of who is my best friend so far. And Justinian, or something like that. And Jeffrey Lowe. Yeah, I haven't seen that guy for a while, and Jared Lau. So that's the main people who I like. Oh yeah, and also I used to be a Warrior Buff fan, but now I'm not. I always like changed to my favorite team, but I used to like Thunder or Spur, but now my current favorite team is the Houston Rocket in NBA. Yeah, I do watch NBA's pretty much every single day during the NBA season. I look at the score and I see highlights and all that stuff. That's my main hobby. I also watch a lot of NBA stuff and YouTube stuff too. Yeah, and I sometimes watch the Cavalier Boston. I pay attention to every single team in NBA. Cause that's my main interest. I think I've been liking NBA ever since I was in high school. I mean, I get to see more 3-point shot and stuff, but that's why I like NBA mainly because of scoring and basketball player. Let's see if I have anything else to explain about my intro. Oh yeah, and that's nothing. It's pretty much that's it. It was a pretty long intro. It's nice meeting you guys, and You probably know who I am. Oh, I forgot to mention what kind of ethnic I am. I am Vietnamese, and I have a disability. So if you like this video, then I'll explain you like what is autism. You know the type of disability, but you don't know the full definition of it. Well, yeah, since I'm Vietnamese, and I was born on the year of a tiger, since I was born in 1998. And I just realized something, man, that I forgot to mention in my past. I think in 2010 to like 2011, I did take some kung fu class, and I probably earned up to like a green or a blue belt, but I couldn't remember. The reason why I want to take kung fu class is because I want to learn my self-defense, right? Just in case other people or other animal attack me, like in a surprising way, so I have to self-defense back. Yeah, it's good to know kung fu too. And in the past, I did take like art class and stuff like that, and in the past, I also used to collect a lot of stuffed animals and dice and stuff when I was young. That's like during elementary time. Yeah, so wow, long intro. It's nice seeing you guys, and yep. I think I explained enough, but I don't want to drag this further on because if I want to introduce like more information about myself, it'll probably be a 1 hour long video, but I don't want to drag this video out too long. But I want to make this video at least half an hour, just so you know you can recognize me and what I have been doing in the past. Yep, it's nice meeting you guys. So yeah, so I'll tell you what's my favorite color. So I do not have a favorite color, but I do have a favorite season. It's summer, obviously, because I don't have to go to school. I can enjoy and have fun. I think summer is my favorite season. Well, not mainly because of the heat, it's because of the long break, right? Yeah. I mean, who can agree with me on that part? Oh yeah, forgot to end this video here. Didn't realize my camera's full, but peace out. Have a good day. Nice seeing you guys and meeting you guys, and now you know about me.